Hello, and welcome back to Module 2, Week 3 of CTC Pressure Products new hire course titled Product Overview and Sales Best Practices. The course will be led by myself, Abigail Stedler. Let's take a look at the course goal. Upon completion of this course, the learner will have reliably demonstrated the awareness of products sold at CTC Pressure Products, and they will have the ability to confidently use sales strategies to acquire new clients. The learning objectives of this course. The first one, identify the products at CTC Pressure Products. So that includes high pressure tubing, valves, adapters, and couplings. Describe and explain the functionality of each product sold at CTC. And lastly, examine sales pitch tips and resources to strengthen sales effectiveness. Let's take a look at this course overview and breakdown. So, you are on Module 2, Week 3 of the course, the final week. The topic you are focusing on is sales pitch tips, pitch templates, and organizational tools. Module 2. You are focusing on sales best practices. So within this module, you will be looking at sales pitch tips and organizational tools. The perfect sales pitch, 5 tips for giving a convincing sales pitch. The first one is present solutions, not features. The second is manage objections. Third, ask for the close. 4, negotiate. And 5, follow up. Let's take a deeper dive into each of these tips and topics to help you prepare for the perfect sales pitch. The first one we have is present solutions, not features. So when we say this, we are trying to get you to understand that customers are not interested in your product, but more so what your product will do for them. So when you are preparing your pitch, ask yourself these questions. How will it solve their problem? How will it help them achieve their goals faster and with less effort? How will it save time or money? How will it protect them from risks? Always translate your product's features into your customers' benefits. Focus on what your product can do for the customer. So that is one big thing to remember here. They're not interested in your product, but more so what your product will do for them. The second tip, manage objections. So always prepare, always prepare for objections. How do you prepare? Identify 10 to 20 common objections and prepare to answer them. Answers should be clear and concise. Rehearse your answers. Rehearsing will ensure that you are prepared and you're using the right verbiage to your client. So rehearsing your answers will allow you to focus on answering questions in a comforting manner. So it's also going to be helping with the tone and the way it's presented to the customer. So communicate expertise to create trust. If you prepare for objections, you will look forward to addressing them and have the confidence to do so. Preparing and rehearsing will ensure confidence. And I think that's a big thing here to take away, especially when you're managing objections. The third thing, ask for the close. So this here is all about confidence. We talked about confidence in managing objections. You need even stronger confidence when you're asking for the close. So make sure that you are rehearsing your close to deliver it smoothly. It should be a natural progression from conversation. So you're leading to asking for purchase. So the conversation should flow and it should lead to asking for purchase. So potential customers need to feel as confident about the product as you. After asking for the purchase, you most likely will have to negotiate. So when you're negotiating, you need to follow 2 negotiating rules. The first one is know your price, and the second one is simple, be quiet. Well, simple for most people, right? Some of us have a hard time being quiet. But when we are practicing negotiating rules, that's one thing to keep in mind. So the first one, know your price. Know your numbers in advance. Have that rehearsed, have that memorized. Decide at what point you need to walk away. If the customer can't afford to pay for your product and services, they're not the right fit. The second one, be quiet. So use the power of silence to your advantage. Silence at the right times will often lead to your client negotiating on your behalf. So reversing that, keeping your mouth shut, listening to what they're saying can often create your clients to start backtracking and negotiating on your behalf and maybe raising their end, raising how much they can pay for the product. So the last part, follow up. 80% of deals are made in the follow up. Let me repeat that. 80% of deals are made in the follow up. So be consistent and reliable. Follow up until you get a definite yes or a no. So you want to keep following up with the client until you get a definite yes or a no. Maybe, if you get a maybe, that's not cutting it, right? You need a definite yes or a definite no. That's when you start backing away. So winning a sale happens in that last follow-up stage. This closes out the new hire course for sales tips and tricks. And I thank you for partaking in this course. I hope that it has helped you and have given you some ideas that you can work with to strengthen your sales pitch and your knowledge of CTC pressure products.